Steve, we're back in the world of Cyberpunk as Phantom Liberty, and, well, Cyberpunk 2.0 is officially out, and we've got our hands on it. We've been playing it. I've got some thoughts, man. I'm a little bit all over the place. I've had some great moments, and I've had some horrible moments playing this game, but there's a lot of highs to it. 2.0 is a much welcome addition. We're getting into a whole new build on our skill tree. Dude, I think it's cool. I like the rebuild, the redesign. The cops now actually react a lot better. There is car gunplay now too, which honestly feels like one of the best gunplay mechanics when it comes to driving in a car. There's so many times I've been in cars trying to shoot at the car, and it's horrible. I think CD Projekt Red had really done this justice when it comes to adding that mechanic in. It was a welcomed addition, dude. I've had a blast playing it, but as granted, coming back in, I was a little skeptical. Is this going to be good? Is this the hopes and dreams that we've been wanting to get to with Cyberpunk? I'm telling you, for the most part, yo, that story is hot. Dude, Reed is a cool character. The other characters we align ourselves with, Songbird and all this other, oh, yo, they've killed the voice acting. I thought visually, Steve, this is great as well. A lot better, a lot smoother now. It feels like it is next gen. Now for me, coming over to Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, the 2.0 edition and the DLC seems to have really stepped it up a lot in my side, but there's been a couple issues, and I'll get to those in a sec. Steve, what are your thoughts on Phantom Liberty?
Oh, I'm having a blast in this one. I initially played the original Cyberpunk 2077 on the Xbox One.
Oh!
So I won't go... We haven't got that time to talk about all the issues I had.
Yeah.
But George felt I love the character of V and the whole way the story was going with the chip of a project chip that could kill you and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So jumping into Phantom Liberty, it is a story all on its own. And it's not a quick story as well. I mean, I've put quite a few hours into this already. Straight off, I noticed the improvements on the graphics. Because obviously now we're in a new part of the region called Dogtown. So it's more buildings destroyed and that kind of stuff, and they done an amazing job on that. And like you said, bringing a new character of Soloman, played by Idris Elba, absolutely amazing. They got him down to the T. But the story is really good because it's more stealthy this time as well, which is incorporated with the new skill tree.
Yeah, which I've been trying to work towards when this... Dude, I'm almost to the point where I'm going to respec my character again. That, like, I went down the stealth line, and as I'm playing the game and wrapping things up, like, I don't feel like the stealth is really hitting that hard the way I want it to. When I come off of, like, a Splinter Cell, or I come off of Dishonored. Dude, I love stealth games. That's my go-to way to play. But yeah, when it came to Phantom Liberty, I didn't really feel that stealthy trying to get through it. Dude, you go through, I'm in vents, and I'm sneaking my way through a vent, and it drops me on purpose through the vent into a storm of enemies around me to just open up a gunfire. I'm like, what happened to the stealth mechanic? Like, that's, I was like, where, you guys took me out of that stealth. You talked about how you can introduce the stealth and you can, you know, specify going down that path. And then I felt the stealth just wasn't really cutting it for me at all, to the point where I'm thinking, do I just respec and just go guns blazing? Because that's what I feel like I'm doing in the end, which granted was what I thought I was doing in Cyberpunk 2 when it initially dropped to the base game. And I don't feel that it really changed that much, Steve, bringing over this new mechanic. I wanted the stealth to be a lot deeper. I wanted to see myself in the shadows, right? Hiding behind enemy lines, sneaking up behind people. You can sneak up behind people, but everybody gets alerted, and I'm hacking them, but then that gets tampered with, and then they can see where I am.
It's they trace you.
Yeah, they do, right? But it doesn't cut it when it comes to that stealth mechanic. I'm trying to sneak around people without taking them out at all, and it really forces you to take the other path. I think that's what kind of pulled me out of it. On top of, Steve, I don't know how many glitches and problems you have, but yo, I'm right back into it again. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Load my game, kicks me right back to the Xbox home screen. Did it several times. You two? Glad it's not just me. Dude, I was mad. I'm like, come on, really? You're boosting this as the next step for Cyberpunk. Not next step when you kicks me back to the base game. I was in a battle. Dude, frame rate dropped to like 0. To 0. Wow. Steve, cue up the gameplay. There it is.
Yeah. I had issues with NPCs. Like, you're trying to shoot them and all of a sudden they're kind of like bouncing from left to right on the screen.
Yeah.
Like they teleported. It's like, what's going on? And I know what you mean about the stealth. It likes like the Watchdog, kind of the stealth mechanics in that. like I said, I done the same thing. I'm more of a guns blazing than a stealth. And like you said, you break someone's neck or you go behind them, but then it alerts everyone else or the cameras pick you up, and you've only got so many credits to basically deactivate something or short circuit. So you got to be very careful on what you use those points up on.
Steve, frustrations and problems aside, I think Dogtown is a world within its own within Cyberpunk, which I thought was really done well. I think it's a cool environment. I think it's a cool location, and it is dirty, it is grungy, and it is mean. Everywhere I turn, dude, I never felt safe. Like, that was the biggest takeaway. I'm like, am I allowed to walk here? Should I be walking here? Should I just go hide in a corner? I felt like I should maybe be somewhere else, right? It felt dangerous to be there. It is overrun by someone who was a part of the military and kind of flipped on the other side and has gone rogue in a sense, right? And you get that feeling of this guy oversees everything. He's got connections to every part of Dogtown, and nothing is there for you to be a part of that you should be a part of, right? You get that worrisome fear of, man, maybe it's a little too dark at night. I should go somewhere and maybe sleep in my apartment until morning. Steve, all in all, dude, it's been a bit of a mixed reaction with my time in Phantom Liberty. I think the story is one of the best stories this year. I think it's a fantastic story. The characters, the cinematics, Reed being your operator, you're working with him, Songbird, the president, everything that's unfolding in this espionage story, and the characters, the voice acting is perfect. But it comes back to, how do you play the game? And for me, this is where things knock me down to a 7.5. Those glitches are a problem, and it just takes me right out of the experience. And it's something that's still there to this day.
Don't forget.
Well, I'm giving Phantom Liberty a 9. Because I played the game broken, and I just love the story. Yes, I had the hiccups of obviously a few glitches and a few hard crashes as well. But what they've come, this DLC in the 2.0 should have come out years ago.
Yeah.
When the initial game come out. So we're way too late in the game now to sort of start again unless you wanted to. But overall, on this DLC, I'm having such a great time.
Nice.
Mind disarmed. Moving on.